Okay guys, so I am over the moon. I have two dogs in the room, so if you hear a sudden barking and or scrambling, it is one of the dogs because Crazy Butt is right here, and that's Scarlet. Okay, so today is Friday, and on Friday I generally show what I call yarn porn, and we both know, we know here. I'm on a little bit of a yarn ban and my bangs are getting in my face. I gotta concentrate. Today is New Yarn Day! Okay, I'm so excited. Now, you have seen these yarns before because I totally jumped the gun and showed you these yarns before they have been released. And that kind of put a little bit of pressure on Premier Yarns, and I apologize for that. But Premier Yarns actually released these earlier than they were supposed to be released because of all the hype that we created over here in Cinnamon Stitches land. Sorry, not sorry? Is this face forgivable? Okay, so yeah, totally didn't mean to do all that, but I mean, when a new yarn comes out, especially if it's Premier Yarns new yarn, you know that Cinnamon Stitches and all the cinnamon buns get super excited because Premier Yarns our favorite yarn. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. It has been that way for 5 years. So with that, alright, so I'm going to revisit these, but we have some extra news today to share with you. Ice is dropping out of the freezer because I had the audacity to fix myself some. Let me open my email first because there may be information in there that I can give you guys on this yarn. Let me just double check. Let me open this up. Alright. So because I'm recording this before it's actually loaded on the website, I was sent a little bit of tidbits and information. And so I have information about this yarn. I still don't know the price. I asked in the email the price, but they haven't got back to me yet because they're busy trying to do yarn launches. And you guys, the next couple months are going to be amazing. That's all I'm allowed to say to you, but like amazing. And it's so hard for a girl like me. It's so hard because I want all the yarns, and you guys already know I want all the yarns. I sat at the table last night and I was like, okay, I have this conundrum, like I want desperately to make things with this yarn, and then I'm like, but if I make things with this yarn, it will be gone. You guys know how I am. I got issues. Okay, so anyway, let's increase this so that I can show myself because I can't see, and I left my glasses upstairs. Alright, so the first one I already showed you guys. I showed you both of these yarns already. It's the Canyon Colors and it's the Painterly, but I have more information, and I have links finally because they are loaded. They're going to be loaded as of, usually Premier Yarns loads their yarn at 10 a.m. So I'm thinking of pushing this video back and releasing it at 10 a.m. So if you don't see this till 10 a.m. don't freak out. It's because I'm trying to line up my video with their launch, and you know. So that you guys actually have a clickable link, because a lot of times my videos load at 8 o'clock and their stuff loads at 10 o'clock, and so there's like a 2 hour where people are like, it's not up yet, it's not up yet, and they panic, and I don't want that. But I do want to show you guys this yarn. This is going to be this Canyon Colors yarn. This stuff reminds me a lot of, if you have ever tried the Toy Box yarn, which is a discontinued yarn from Premier Yarns, or the Serenity Chunky, this is like right in that alleyway. If you like either one of those yarns, you're gonna love Canyon Colors, and I said that when I showed you this yarn. So this is the color Storm Cloud. It is blues and purples with grays in there, and I have 2 of these. Alright, these are a bulky weight number 5. Machine wash, warm, tumble dry, low heat. They are, you know, I must be getting out of practice for reading these labels because I'm like, where is they're 109 yards per ball, and I have 4 of them in 2 different colorways. This beautiful color is like, kind of, it reminds me of like the ocean on like a stormy day, and this is called Summer Breeze, which I have a tank top called the Summer Breeze tank top, just saying, but it is not a thick yarn product. What would you make with these yarns? I'm going to tell you what we're going to make. We're going to make at least a hat. Possibly 4 hats, because I think I can make a hat out of each one of these balls of yarn, depending on the stitch that I use, and I already kind of started planning that out for a tutorial, so that will be coming up in the very, very, very near future, possibly today. we're gonna wait and see. I have to see how long it takes me to film the tutorial, but for sure we're gonna have a hat pattern with this because I made a bunch of hats when the toy box was out of the yarn, and because this reminds me so much of the toy box, I know that it's gonna make excellent hats. And like I said, it's machine washable and dryable. The one thing that I've learned with this type of yarn though, if you're gonna make hats out of this, don't make it for somebody that has Velcro on their coat because it will ruin the yarn. It will ruin the yarn. So that's the one thing that I'm going to say about this yarn is keep it away from Velcro. But that's keep all yarn away from Velcro. Velcro is not good for yarn. So we're definitely going to be making a hat out of this yarn. And I'm thinking you could make mittens out of this. This would make beautiful, beautiful blankets. It's got like the squish factor. Matter of fact, I know that I have puzzle around here because I just had it yesterday. And I know that I didn't put it away. Puzzle, where are you? I was trying to compare the thickness to puzzle because a lot of us are familiar with puzzle. And all I have is puzzle cotton. And puzzle cotton is not the same. Did I really put it back on the shelf? Maybe I did. 1 second. Alright, so this is puzzle. This is a basic puzzle, okay? Give you an idea of the difference between puzzle and, let me find a darker spot because that white is like blown to smithereens. Very similar thickness. The puzzle might be a hair thinner. I mean, but like a hair thinner. I'm gonna rate it about the same softness. So if you've worked with puzzle, you're gonna like this. If you worked with Serenity, you're gonna like this. If you've worked with Toy Box, run and go get this. I'm just saying, just run. The links will be below. Okay, so this is definitely gonna be a hat pattern, and I'm gonna be working on the hat pattern today. So as soon as that is released, I am going, as soon as I finish editing, uploading, I have to make the hat, edit the video, and then upload the video. So as soon as that's done, I will have that up. So there's gonna be extra weekend videos, guys. There just is. Cause Mama is excited. Alright, now I have two different yarns on my desk, but the one is new, and the reason I have the other ones is because I want to show you some magic. This is magic, okay? So I have two different colorways of the new Painterly yarn, which is also being released today. Thank you very much. This is worsted weight, whereas that is a bulky 5 weight. This is a 4 weight. And these are actually two different colors, and they look very similar. The main difference is this has a little speck of blue in there, okay? Now, what I love about this yarn that hadn't occurred to me until I had an interaction with Michelle, thank you very much, Michelle. She actually told me something, and then I was like, of course my phone is gonna ding because my daughter. She loves her mama so much. She texts me all the time when she's at school. And I told her, I was like, I'm gonna be recording. I'm not responding. I love you though. So, like I said, dogs are gonna be barking. They are so hyper and wound up today, as am I, as you can tell, because I'm speaking really fast and I can feel that I'm wearing myself out as I speak. That's Bentley. He's been biting at Scarlett all day long. They've been wrestling. They both got in trouble. I had to lock one out for a little bit because he's only 1 year old, so he is very crazy. Anyway, so that's the main difference, is that little blue stripe right there. Now, these don't have the what do you call that? Like this. It doesn't have this. So that's what this looks like. The Candy Colors looks like in knit. The Painterly does not have that. However, I have these beautiful little swatches that were sent to me. And that is what they look like knit up. And I know that's blurry, but it's because I stretched the image out way a lot. These are the two colors that I have, is the Neon Lights and the Party Time. And the Party Time is the one with the little speck of blue. And the Neon Lights is just neon-y colors. I forgot to grab yellow. The three of you exit, please. Thank you. When you knit it, you're going to get micro stripes. You see that? You're gonna get little micro stripes. So this will be really cute in hats. It really will. It will be beautiful in anything knit if you want those micro stripes. But there are other yarns that are hand dyed that are like this meant to do micro stripes in knitting. But guess what happens when you crochet them? They create little puffs of like color. Like little, and I've seen examples where someone took the yarn and they knit it and then they crocheted a swatch, and the crocheted swatch is like a taller stitch. So it's not like, if you do single crochet, you'll be able to get little tiny micro stripes. Not as well as the knit, but you'll be able to get the micro stripes with single crochet. But if you do a tall stitch like double crochet or like even a shell, you'll get like a little, what looks like a layer of snow with little neon flowers just randomly throughout the fabric. That is why I like this. This is why I got so excited with the Painterly, because it's going to look amazing. And we're going to be working this up probably next week because I am really excited. But let me grab another yarn again, because actually, no, I don't. I should have it right here. I do. I didn't look in my magic carpet bag. I got a carpet bag here with yarns in it that I pulled out specifically for this. Well, actually, no. I was working on Halloween projects. And so some of the neons I use in Halloween items because they fluoresce. Highlighter yellow, right? Green. Hot pink. Slap your mama hot pink. I also have fluorescent orange. And the reason I have these out is because, let's take, for example, the Painterly yarn. Let me lower my light so this white is not so blown out, okay? Now, because it's a little bit darker in the room, as you can tell, these are not going to look as bright neon, but rest assured, they are neon. They are a soft neon. They are so pretty. That's pretty accurate. All right, now, what I like about this is Premier Yarns, they're anti-pilling everyday, which is, this is everyday anti-pilling. These are both the same yarn, different color style. So this is obviously a solid. This is a painted, right? So this is the color, and some of these are older labels, but they still, I checked, they have every color with the exception of this one. This one is a discontinued color. And the reason I pulled that is because I thought that would match the blue the best. But this blue is discontinued. This is wild blue, and I really wish they would bring this back because this is my last skein of the wild blue, but it is an amazing colorway. But it has long been discontinued, but rest assured, I found another blue that I actually worked up. This one, I mean, it's not as fabulous as that, but this is the color Lake. And it's close. It's really close. So if you want to do, let me just show you. See, it's not exact, but that's the closest blue, because I actually have all of the blues. I have a good majority of the blues. This is all everyday anti-pilling acrylic. I should probably show you the back side so that we're not seeing so much of the white. So this is the color Lake. And I don't have the labels here, so I don't remember which one's which. But I remember this one was Lake because I was kind of falling in love with it. I was like, this doesn't look like a lake to me. Like maybe a lake in Maine. But to me, this was more like an Admiral blue, which I really, really liked. And that is the closest one of the blues, because like I said, I have them all, to the neon. But they have, I think, let me double check on my phone because I did pull these up to make sure, because sometimes they'll keep the yarn and change the name color. So this one says fluorescent yellow, but the same yarn has a different, this is an older ball. The same yarn has a new color name, but it's the same yarn. It's called, it's actually highlighter. So the highlighter matches perfectly to, actually, yeah, both of them. So this is the neon lights. And my camera is making it less vibrant than what it is. I mean, it is blow your eyes out yellow. Let me see if this actually helps. a little bit. It is way more neon than what it's showing. So see how the yellow matches the yellow? This is the neon lights. This is the party time. Same yellow. All right, then we have bright green, which this used to be called electric green. Yeah, it is like my camera is dying down how electric green this is. So this is now called bright green, whereas it used to be electric green. Matches. That's the blue one. This one, a little bit of green up there. Then we have the hot pink, which is called bright pink. And again, it matches pretty good. Pretty spot on. This one is another one of my favorite colors. And this is called bright violet. And bright violet matches both of them. So we see the bright violet here. And then the bright violet here. And then, what did I do with the orange? They fell on the floor. Then we have, yeah, it's right there. They were hiding it. This is flame orange, formerly known as bright orange. It is Hunter glow-in-the-dark orange. And these colors all fluoresce. Just so you know, I have tested it. And while the orange in here is a little more salmony, you could absolutely mix these together. It's not going to be a problem at all. That's the blue one. See the orange? So the reason I showed you all of that is because, right, say you don't want to do the whole garment with the white with the speckles, or the white with the flowers, or the white with the micro stripes. You can get any of these colors that match, and you can do like sections. Like if you want to do a chevron blanket, which would be so gorgeous on this, you would do like 4 to 6 rows of the speckly, stripy, whatever you want to call it, and then like 4 to 6 rows with one of the colors, and then 4 to 6 rows, and then 4 to 6 rows, or 4 to 6 rows, however you want to do it. It will all work. So that's why I have all of this on my desk, because now my pink is technically the DK version of the everyday, because I think I have used all of my pink. Nope, it's right here. This is my last pink. I have a couple more green. I have one more of the bright violet. I am out of the yellow after this, and like I said, I have more green, and I think this is the DK version of the orange, so I think I might be out of the orange, because I have made quite a few things for people who hunt and stuff like that so that they have protection. So I have used a lot of the really bright neon orange, so I think I'm going to have to restock some of my neons at the beginning of the year. But yeah. This one, not that one. These plus the lake will match the party time. And minus the lake matches the neon lights. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And my favorite thing is that these are anti-pilling acrylic. If you are new here, hi, welcome. I'm glad that you found me. I don't know how you found me, but I'm glad you're here. Anti-pilling acrylic is amazing because, and I have done several videos this week that has talked about yarn and projects and creating and stuff like that. My #1 favorite yarn of all time is anti-pilling acrylic. Hands down. Why? It's soft. It is soft. It is luscious, it's squishy, and I have skin issues. I have eczema on my hands. I get really bad breakouts on occasion, and I know that the anti-pilling acrylic is not going to bother me. It's not, even if I was in a flare-up, it's not going to bother my skin. It is soft enough that I can work with it at all times, which is why I prefer this yarn. It has a gorgeous, gorgeous squish factor. Like I said, this is knit. This is obviously, it's not crochet, but this is a knit blanket that I pieced together with panels. It's so squishy. And do you see that nice little sheen on there? And it makes it like super soft and squishy. This makes beautiful, beautiful wearables. It makes fantastic baby items. Why? Because it's machine washable and dryable. It's not going to get fuzzy and pilly and gross. So this is fantastic for kids that are hard on stuff. And the reason it's good for clothing options is because what happens when you make sweaters or something like that, your arms like rub from natural motion, and under here will get all pilly and fuzzy and wear down. And this stuff is like, it's extra strong. It's extra like, it keeps its strength. I don't know what's in it. It's magic. But this blanket is made 100% and it needs to be washed and blocked because it's got a little bit of pucker in, so we're going to ignore that. But this is 100% made out of anti-pilling acrylic. The everyday anti-pilling acrylic, as a matter of fact. Cue Bentley. Isn't that beautiful? So that's why I was so excited about this yarn. Plus, my favorite colors are bright neon fluorescent colors. It just, as you can tell, I really like bright colors. So I was so excited, and I got so stoked when I got the phone call that these yarns are getting released, and like they're getting released today, and I was like, yes, finally. I'm so excited. So I'm planning out some things. Like I said, for certain, the Canyon Colors is going to be a hat at least. And that is going to be a tutorial that's coming up first. But I'm also, I want to make something out of this. I am thinking a lot of things, honestly. I'm thinking a lot of things. I'm like, okay, but do I want to make something cute and small, like a little baby outfit? Because like speckles and babies is so cute. And little pops of color is so cute on babies. But then I'm thinking, okay, but like, I could mix it with all of these colors and I could make a really cool blanket. Let me get that back up there for you again. Like, I can make a really killer blanket with this, right? Oh! A killer blanket. I could make another shirt for myself, like a sweater. I could make another, like just a t-shirt style material, because this is all really soft yarn, so it's gonna wear really nice next to like bare skin, especially like the sensitive areas. No problem at all. Love it, love it. So yeah, new yarns at Premier. I'm super excited. You guys have got to check these out. And the Canyon Colors is not anti-pilling acrylic, but it's a very good acrylic, and it's gonna make beautiful things. But because it's such a bulky yarn, it is, like I said, it's a bulky 5. I'm really thinking, and because it's a small ball, I'm thinking hats. I'm definitely thinking hats, especially in this colorway, because my babies both have blue eyes, and I just think this will make the blue in their eyes pop. Right? I say babies, one of them's 18, the other one's 9. My babies. The little man's favorite color is red, so I'm gonna find him some red yarn. But I know that he will wear this because he just doesn't care. He doesn't care. So with that, definitely stay tuned. If you want to buy any of these yarns, the links to Premier Yarns will be in the description box below. Go straight to those links. The first hour or so of the video, it will be just a link that will take you to Premier's website, but Premier always puts their new yarns on the front page, and then after Premier links it up on there, I will change the links over so it will take you directly to the Canyon Colors and the Painterly page. And they are affiliate links. If you purchase them, a tiny portion of what the yarn costs you will go back, and it will pay me for me showing you guys this yarn. It's 10%. It's not a whole lot, so buy a lot. No, buy what you can afford. But I was really excited to share these yarns with you guys. I was really excited. Like, and that's why I say at the beginning of the videos, I jumped the gun because I got so excited specifically about the Painterly, because it is my jam all day long. Like, it is, if I had designed a yarn, it would have been this. It would have been. And the only thing that is better than these little micro stripes is like speckles. So I'm happy. Neon, little pops of color. I'm so excited. My brain is on fire with like different designing ideas. So that will be most definitely a tutorial somewhere in the future. But the immediate future, I'm working on a hat with this one. We're gonna do this one. The Summer Breeze colorway. The Cloudy Ocean. Cloudy Ocean Sky. Let's see, what would I name it? Stormy Lagoon. That's a Stormy Lagoon. And this one is Storm Cloud, so that's okay. They can name that one Storm Cloud. That one actually is pretty accurate for Storm Cloud. But you see this one, if you look at the swatch on this one, it kind of looks kind of like micro stripey as well. We will see within the hat tutorial. But you guys want to see what the Painterly looks like worked up? Because I can go to the table and show you guys a swatch. I already know that I'm going to love it because of the Antipill Acrylic. But we'll do a swatch real quick. You guys want to do a swatch? Let's go to the table. Alright. I think I'm trying to decide whether I want the black background or the white background. We'll start with the black and we'll see what happens. I got my favorite Ommi hook. If you're curious about this beautiful hook, I will link it below. I'm just starting with a 5mm because A, that's what was the closest, but B, that's what's recommended for this yarn. We already got a pop of color in our first little section. Alright, so see how the pop of color almost looks like it's about 12 inches. So for a micro stripe, you're probably, like if you're knitting, you're probably going to get maybe 6 inches. Maybe more than that. I'm just going to crochet and see what we can get, what we can make happen. I'm going to try to crochet, and I know that some of you already left to go buy this yarn and came back, so welcome back. Couldn't even wait for me to finish talking. You went and bought that yarn. I already know. I already know. I'm going to try to get the micro stripe, and I'm trying to determine how much yarn I have left before the micro stripe happens, because the best way to get a micro stripe is to use a small stitch, like single crochet. The audacity of someone to walk down the street. I tell you what. There's a downfall of my office facing the front of the house because they're right there barking at strangers. Alright, I'm just doing half double crochets here. Trying to see if this is focusing in real good, or if we got some blurriness. I know sometimes, because I am literally like, I am an inch away from the camera screen. So I know that sometimes the focus goes in and out. So I'm just doing half double crochets. Itchy face. My face is itching. Oh, you're not gonna split on me, are you? Nope. I tried to. This is not at all a splitty yarn. Like, Premier Yarns came out with the Everyday Bobbin, and that was Antipill Acrylic. And that was made from loose strings that weren't really strung together. And that was a little bit splitty, but not real bad. But this is not. This is not a splitty yarn at all. You see, we're coming up on, I don't know if you guys can see that. This is yellow right here, but because the background is black, there, now you can see it. There we go. We are almost up. So we worked the stitches. We estimated just the right amount of stitches to show you a micro stripe. Look at that. Starts right there. Alright, so our first stitch is going to be white. Second stitch will be yellow. Well, part of it will be. This is how you will get a micro stripe if you single crochet that yarn, that section, that color. Now, let's see how long we have to crochet to get another pop of color, because I'm not seeing any from what's pulled out of the ball. And now that I'm looking at this out of the ball, this is not incredibly white. It almost has like a, and I don't know if my camera's going to pick it up or not, it has the lightest peach to it. Like, it's not true white. You see that? And in the ball, it just looks white. But it definitely has like a peach undertone to it. So this one is the neon stripes. All right, and we're already done with that little tiny micro stripe. So see the micro stripe? It's this big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches long. It's pretty decent. It's going to give you a really cool effect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use double crochet in the next row so we can get an idea how much distance there is between the stripes. And then the next set of stripe, the next color pop, we're going to do like maybe a shell or something so I can show you what I was talking about. All right, let's pull some more out. Oh, I found the green. Green is next. So, yeah, we could probably get a row before we get to the green. Get the wrapper out of the way. It'll fall right back down on me. All I hear is dog claws going across the wood floor as they walk back and forth in front of my computer, not my computer, my office. And Bentley wants to be fed even though he's already been fed. If you heard that loud crash, he goes in there and he takes both of his front paws and he smacks the bowl. Like, Mommy, I need food. And he just ate like an hour ago. He's just trying to get some attention. Little butthead. And if we get too close to the green, I'm going to frog this back. Yep, we're too close to the green. I'm going to frog it back. I'm going to do, I think, another row of single crochets so that we have a space between the green and the yellow. This yarn feels really good in my hands. Really good. I have to keep backing my head away because I can't see. Really desperately need my glasses on. It's funny. I had my glasses on my face the other day, and I have my old pair of glasses, which are red. You guys may remember those. And me and Mr. Cinnamon were going somewhere, and I was bringing my crochet and stuff, and he grabbed my red glasses and packed them for me. He's like, I brought your glasses in case you needed them. And I looked at him really strange because my glasses were on my face. And he goes, oh, what are these other glasses? I was like, those are my old glasses, and they're my spare glasses. All right, there we go. All right, now, see how we got the little micro stripe in there? Let's give the camera a minute to kind of pick up the color. That helped a little bit. It's really like killing the color. My camera is like, no, we're not going to show it as bright as it is. Alright, so now we got the green. So I'm going to do a shell stitch. Start with a double crochet. Skip 2. Put some double crochets in here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 2 more. Yeah, that's not. Let's try that again, because I want to show you guys what this can look like. So do V-stitch here. 2, skip 3. There we go. 3, 4, 5. So that kind of gives you an idea. See how it's, instead of a micro stripe, you can get like little pops of color. I would really like the whole shell to be green. Let's see if we can fudge our way through that. Close enough. There we go. Alright, how many shells was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip one, we'll do a V-stitch. Skip 2, do a shell. V-stitch. Shell. And then we're going to get to the next color because I want to show you the next color too. I know I'm totally off screen. There we go. 4, 5. V-stitch. Alright, turn. Alright, so see? Oh, there's a little bit of pink in this stitch right here. Alright, so see how the difference between the micro stripe and the little flower that you can create? Alright, let's see what the next color that pops out is. Pink. Alright, let's do another row of shells and see if we can get to the pink. Now remember, we're not creating anything but a swatch, so... You know, if I don't stop crocheting, I'm going to mess around and make a scarf. I already know. 2, 3, 4, 5. V-stitch here. Two, 3, 4, 5. And this here, this is where we got all kind of crazy, so I'm going to put some random stitches in here. Oh, and then we got the pink over here. So the way all the stitches are lining up on this side, you're going to want your, whatever you work this in, to be wide enough that you can get a double stitch repeat. So like get a color splotch here and then a color splotch over here. So whatever this would be, you would double it and you'll get spots on more random spots than just on the one side of the project. So see how it's making like little color pops like that, like that, like that. You're going to get that if you do double crochet. But let's go back and show you what the pink looks like with a micro stripe, since we're right here. And you can mix micro stripes with pops of color all with one skein just by changing which stitch you're doing on that row. You get a total garden effect. And like I said, this yarn is soft. You could literally make anything out of this. Isn't that pretty? It's so like delicate. Let's see if it looks any better with the white background. Yes and no. So there you have the Painterly. Highly recommend. I think it's so pretty. Probably should have showed you the right side instead of the wrong side, but make sure it's in focus. It's so pretty. So definitely check this yarn out. And like I showed you on my phone, if you're gonna work it up with knit, you're gonna get little random like micro stripes that will probably be longer than this, because crochet takes up way more yarn than knit does. It's so pretty. I can't wait to play with this. And see, I got these little specks here that are just, and it's a little more pink here. And I know it's not really coming up on camera as well as it is in my eyeball, but it's definitely more shades of pink throughout here than over here. It's more white. That actually helps some. That's more white here. It's more pink here. It's kind of more peachy down here. It's a really pretty yarn. Premier knocked it out of the ballpark with this one. Just saying. Just saying. So, thank you, Premier Yarns. Thank you for letting me in on the dates for when this yarn was going to be released, because I really do appreciate that. It makes my job so much easier when I actually have information instead of just making videos. Check out not only the Painterly, but the everyday colors that match it, that go with it. See that purple right there? That's pretty darn close. That's pretty close. I mean, it's more pink than it is purple, but let's try pink. It is definitely in between those two, but it still will go. It will definitely go, because this color is not going to line up perfectly alongside of that, and from a distance it looks almost the same. So check out those yarns. Watch out today or tomorrow for a hat tutorial featuring Canyon colors. Buy this yarn because you're going to love it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!